Welcome to Module 3.13. Finding golden prospects for your golden prospects. Say what? Man, I haven't even found my own golden prospects. You want me to find golden prospects for my golden prospects? This is getting confusing. Well, maybe it is, but if just because of the terminology that I use, finding golden prospects and golden prospects of golden prospects, yeah, it gets a little confusing. A great way to help your golden prospect is to meet his or her needs, and that's what we've been talking about this entire module. But there's other ways that you can meet their needs than what we've already discussed, and that is to introduce him or her to a golden prospect who could refer all kinds of traffic to their business. And that's something that will give you a lot of brownie points if you can pull it off. So I would be amiss to I would be it'd be a mistake. Is it miss? Is it remiss? Amiss or remiss? I'll say both. If I didn't bring this up, because it could be one of the easiest ways to get on your golden prospects good site. Finding them golden prospects. Let's talk about that a bit. Oh, this is getting big. All right. Finding golden prospects for your golden prospects. It's not exactly rocket science here. Well, first of all, check your Rolodex. You already went through on how to find a golden prospect and how to make sure that they're going to be right for you and they're going to be a good fit for you. Well, maybe check your Rolodex. You might have somebody in there that you're cousins with that could help your golden prospect in a big way. And that's something that if you're in business, it could be easy to do. You may know somebody that would really benefit your golden prospect. So this is the time where you take the the emphasis off of what you need and start looking for golden prospects for your golden prospect. Because if you can introduce them to one, it could end up being a huge referral source for them that earns them all kinds of money. Then I dare say you will earn your link. All right, so check your Rolodex. That's the easiest one. Most likely you won't have anybody in your Rolodex, though. So you have to have another way to introduce your golden prospect to other golden prospects. What about the current golden prospects that you're going after that in this course that you just recently started researching? And what about them? Do any of them qualify? Do they? If so, why not do a 2-for-1 deal and get one golden prospect for the price of get two for the price of one? Well, what am I talking about? When you can introduce one golden prospect to another, you get brownie points for that, right? But here's the deal: you have to make that the introduction cannot be cold. You can't introduce one cold prospect to another cold prospect. You'd look like an idiot, and then you'll probably have a negative reaction as and social brownie points with both of the prospects. So you don't want that. That would be bad. But if you go through and as you start making progress with the golden prospects, by doing everything that I've been teaching you in this module, you'll start getting real. Probably you would count them as friendships. And as you build these friendships with other golden prospects, it's going to be very easy for you to say, hey, there's this guy that he's another golden prospect. Remember, you're one of my golden prospects. I know, that's why you're doing all that cool stuff for me. But I have another golden prospect who does this, and I haven't had a lot of success in reaching over to him and getting him to respond back. if you were to mention him in your newsletter, and if he did like a special webinar just for your list, it'll teach your list how to do his specialty with which is XYZ. And I know that your list reader, your newsletter readers care about learning XYZ. So what if I could convince him to do a webinar for your a special webinar just for your subscribers? And would you be willing to do it? And more often than not, the of course they will, because it's giving special content just for their list subscribers. And so it adds to the value of their list. So yes, it feeds their list, and they love feeding their list. It means their list will feed them later on in the month, or next month, or the next month after that. So introducing one golden prospect to the other. So now you go to the cold prospect and you say, yeah, hey, I got a deal. I have one of my friends. Now you mentioned the other golden prospect. He has a list, and we're looking for somebody to do a special webinar on XYZ. And we hear tell that you're the guy to talk to about XYZ. Would you be interested in doing an hour webinar special for this list? If so, you can pitch your service at the end. Would you be willing to do something like that? And more often than not, yes, they will. Why wouldn't they? Because it's giving them access to their end users who more chances than not, they get the whole hour of telling how their system works, and then in the end of the hour they get to sell it. So of course they want to do it. They'll do it, and now you get the brownie point. Now you have another. You get the brownie point of introducing one golden prospect to the other. Now you have an inroads to the second golden prospect because you just got him space onto a newsletter, and that's probably going to make him a lot of money. So you can introduce your golden prospects to other golden prospects even before you've gotten the link yourself, and even before you've earned the endorsement of your golden prospect, if you learn how to weave relationships in and out like that and introduce them to one another. And that's something that's powerful, and it's free to do. It won't cost you any money. You just have to be building your social leverage up with your current golden prospects. And once you get those relationships built up, it becomes like a lever that you could use to build even more relationships up, because now you can go out to the other golden prospects, say, hey, I got one guy who does this. I found this gal who does that, and she's the best in the world at it. Would you be willing to mention her here on this post? Or would you be willing to put them on your newsletter, or would you be willing to bring them both onto your next podcast as guests? So it's like amazing what you'll be able to do if you just start weaving your golden prospect to have relationships with one another. It'll be very powerful, and they'll all know each other, and you'll be the hub of it, and you'll get brownie points every time they make money with one another. So that's they may already know each other, but they appreciate the effort. Remember, golden prospects flock together, so sometimes they do already know each other. If you can't find any golden prospects of yours that you currently have, go through and look for golden prospects, at least one or two that will fit the bill, that fits your definition of what you need from a golden prospect, and who will also qualify as a golden prospect for your golden prospect. Then you make the introductions, and then you get to earn the social brownie points. So always have a few golden prospects on your list that are golden prospects to your golden prospects. You get me? Because what this does, it just will utilize all kinds of extra leverage, and that leverage will just keep growing and growing and growing and growing as long as you just keep feeding it. And that's the beauty of building a network up with the biggest people in your industry, because they usually get the attention of other big people in the industry. So that's how I would recommend you find golden prospects for your golden prospects. I'll see you next video.